Okay, right. And we are ready to start. We're all getting in a lobby ready. This is USA. With me today is Joel, one of our future racers. That's that shared. Right. And we are ready. Oh, just had a message that it starts at 9:05 tonight.
We've got a couple of minutes yet.
Yep. Which is fine.
Because I'm new to this, who's the best driver in this league, would you say?
Well, there's quite a few good drivers in this one. A few people to watch are Slee. I think he's on his 4th win in a row. Ston is another good racer. He was unlucky last night. He was in first most of the race. And then on his final lap, I think he got one corner cut. And he sadly lost first place to Slee.
Oh, no.
Slee managed to keep it, I think it was 2 seconds. And he had a 3-second penalty, which gave Slee the win. The other people to watch for is Chris Alien. He's another brilliant racer. You got DS Joe. They're usually ones that are pretty good. Mike Messi can be one of them that just comes out of nowhere.
Should have a competitive race then today.
Yes. See, it always starts off though, because obviously other people have plans and stuff, that they don't join until it's basically the race.
Right.
And that, so it could be this is all there is until the race. Which I think with us, 16 races.
Still quite a few in there though.
Yeah. The best we had straight away we had 22 races, I think it is. And that's from the beginning. It was amazing to see. Sadly, I weren't involved in that race, but because it was obviously work commitments, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't work shift or evenings anyway, so this is always in the afternoon. I should be able to.
Yeah. See, sadly for me, I work in a pub, so hours are always here, there, and everywhere. Luckily for me, they've given me this weekend, and I think it's next weekend off. So I'll be able to commentate all this for this week and next week.
How long is it? How is that? 25, 30 minutes?
What's that? The quali?
Just for the whole event to happen.
We'll probably be done by. I think it's usually around about 11 that it all gets done by. Sometimes it's earlier. It all depends on the track, how many people get knocked out, and that. Because obviously some tracks are barely a minute.
Yeah.
And then you get some that are like a minute and a half.
Or if you get a wet race, then you
Well, yeah, exactly. We do have the weather set to, I believe it should be dynamic, yes.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
We always race with the corner cutting stringency strict. And I did find out today that if the corner cutting stringency for 2019 is a bit messed up like it can be on here. Sometimes you won't even cut a corner and it will give you a warning or a penalty for it. And it does. It annoys a lot of racers, and I understand why, because I've been there myself. You go around the corner and only one wheel touches the curb and, well, yeah, it gives you a penalty. And that's so. But they're on about, for 2019, if it's still like that, they'll just reduce it down to normal or whatever it's at. I think it's regular, actually.
Whatever the next one under.
Yeah. All vehicles are always at the same level, that it's all equal, so that there's not obviously driving a Merc and being stupidly quick.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fair.
Because like you got people like Chris, who is one of the fastest in there. He drives a Sauber. And the thing I love about it as well is it's
for the drivers if you don't have, because that wouldn't be fair if you had a really fast driver in a really fast car. Nobody else has got a chance of it.
Exactly. But everything is picked at random. I know the way they did it for 2018 was they picked out of a hat. They had two hats, I think it was. One with all the fast and one with all the medium to slow racers. So that it wasn't two of the fastest together. And so that's why you'll find like Chris is with Mitch, who everybody loves Mitch. He's amazing. Oh, well, looks like we're ready to go. 11 people are ready.
Yeah.
But going back to Mitch, he's not the fastest, bless him. I think he's quite a safe driver, even if he's ahead of you and he sees you coming, he will just move out of the way for you because he knows he's a lot slower than everyone else. But as you can see, his status on his internet is red. But that's because he's from South Africa. And so obviously his internet isn't that great over there, and he's working off his server connected to ours, which messes the servers up.
Right.
So here we go, USA. And we don't have to follow the same driver. We can, if you see something and I don't see it, if I'm talking, just
switch between. Okay then.
Yeah. If I'm talking and it's like an accident and you see it, just say sorry to interrupt you there was an accident, and go from there.
Right. Okay.
Now, I understand there is a lag in talking, so if I start talking and 9 times out of 10 say you start talking just before me on the mic, I will just stop talking and let you carry on. Okay, here we go. Everyone will be getting their setups on and ready.
That's what's always been the hardest thing for me, just learning the setups from starting.
Yes. See, luckily for me, I was with Roscoe. He's a good friend of mine. And when I first joined, he showed me there was a site that you can get setups from. They're all right, but you have to tweak them yourself. Oh, and the first driver out. It's a Red Bull.
The Red Bull and then the Mercedes.
I believe, yes it is. It's Adam. He punch you in your head. Sorry. Yep, and we've got Mike Messi out as well. A lot of people will come out and just practice for a little bit before they throw on the proper tyres. I mean, it looks like everyone's just out on Ultra Softs.
They are the fastest tyre around here today, aren't they?
Sorry, what was that, dude?
The ultra softs are the fastest tyre today.
Right. Yeah. They'll be the fastest, then it'll be super softs and then softs.
So that I can have that cake thing. Thank you.
I'm just checking because apparently someone's not got the stream. I'm just checking that I did pull it up. So Adam seems to sort of slow down. I don't know whether he's had a slight mishap.
Yeah, we put half a lap in and abandoned it.
It might mean that he had invalidated then. There's Mike Messi with a faster one. With a 133 flat. Oh, look, there's Joe. With his 132.8. Well done, Joe. Well, what you've got to remember is there's also track evolution. So, quality 1, everything will be slower. So, looking at this, that time from Joe, I reckon by the time we're in quality 3, oh, look at Ston with a 131.944. And I reckon by the time we get to Steam quality 3, sorry, I was looking at my phone there. I reckon we'll be in the 129s, 128s maybe, by some of the faster guys. Punchhead seems to be on a bit of a flying one at the minute, so I don't think he is disqualified at this moment. Well, an invalid lap, sorry. And he put a time in of 134.1. Nice. Oh, Pedro's put one in of 135.1 as well. Oh, I don't know what Pedro was doing there. He seemed to cut the corner quite badly. Don't know whether he's trying to just get back to the pits or something. He's letting someone past him. Oh, HOR Daz has just beat Pedro's time. And he's put in a 134.396. Up there's Chad with a 135.4. Joe's retired. He's feeling pretty safe up there.
That retired from the whole session.
That'll be retired from Quali 1. So as long as he is in the top 15, which I believe he will be. To be fair, I don't think he'll go out of 10. We've got Roscoe coming out on the track now on his outlet.
Just having a practice on those yellow wheel tyres.
Yep. The yellow are softs, by the way. Now let's see what time Pezza does. Or is that his outlet? Yeah, that's his outlet. Okay. Oh man. Well, that's going to have annoyed Pezza a little bit there. Noxious came out and just cut Pezza straight off. I mean, if that was me, that would have annoyed me. But it's not the first time Noxious has done something that's a bit like that. Yeah. Oh, supposed to slide in a little bit there, around that corner. Oh, and another guy to watch out for is Surgit. He can be quick as well. He's in the pits at the minute, but yeah. And Pez has just put a time in of 1:36, but that would be down to the issue of someone getting in the way that was just coming out of the pits. Well, I went round earlier on the softs in practice, and I myself was doing a 1:34.8, I think it was I was the best that I could do. Although I didn't have an American, a USA setup, so I just decided for a laugh I'll throw on my Austrian one. And I'll tell you what, it did work. I had to tweak it a little bit at the front end, but I can't say that it wasn't a great setup for this, because I really did enjoy it. It worked for me.
I put a setup on my practice when I was I've got a lot of vibration on the pad, which means it's not very good at all. I don't normally get that sort of vibration on the pad, and I changed the setup on one of the instruments and put it on their side.
Yeah.
So maybe I should do that a bit.
Yeah. Usually I believe for that would be your ballast.
Yeah.
Because I find sometimes if I have something just set up slightly wrong, yeah, you're all over the... Oh. Oh dear, people are starting to leave the session. I don't know whether it's an internet issue or something. It looks like... Oh, I think actually they've restarted the stream, because not the stream, the quali, because I did have an invite. So hold on guys while we go back and see what's happened. Did you get an invite?
I just did now, yeah, off Ross.
Yeah. I was just checking, because I was going to send you one. Thank you, Roscoe, for the invite.
Is that an internet problem?
Sometimes when we're racing, this thing happens where it just randomly kicks people for no reason. We will try a couple of times, and sadly if it fails, what we will do is we'll just go, okay, we'll leave it till the next race night. So, which would be now Friday. Next Friday.
Is that maybe the two bad streams? Like, because Roscoe's got a red stream and Mitch has got a red stream. Does that affect the gameplay?
Oh, what, the red internet?
Yeah.
I think that might be just where they're trying to join in, because Roscoe had one for a second,
Yeah.
and it's now gone. 9 times out of 10, that's usually what it is.
But like Mitch is in South Africa, so his is red, and Ston is in Turkey, so his is yellow, so
Yeah.
a little bit further away.
And for some reason, Roscoe's is playing up as well. His is in red, but he's only up north in Scotland. So we're just waiting for everyone now to rejoin, and then we can start this. Oh, Joel, just remember to click on, yeah.
Spectating, yeah.
What I think it is there are people in this lobby that have got penalties from previous races that where they are banned from doing quali. Sadly, we've got HOR Chad. I know he's got one. Because of an incident that happened, I didn't actually catch the incident, so I can't actually say anything about that. Who else? Noxious, I know, does. Because I know he got in the way of HOR Chad yesterday when Chad was on a flying lap. And I mean, he was heading for at least the top 5 with the way he was going and the speed he was carrying. And that, but Noxious sadly got in the way. Well, he didn't move out the way in time.
So then obviously the admin have give the penalties.
Pardon?
The admin then give them
Yeah.
him the penalties.
Well, yeah, what they do is they take, obviously, before the race, as the race starts, well, and quali, everyone is asked to record. So that if there is any incidences, it can be viewed by admin, and they can look and go, okay, yeah, that did happen, yeah, I understand. This is the penalty for it. Obviously, if it gets worse, obviously, then, yeah, there's going to be more severity.
Yeah.
People have had multiple warnings. They've had time penalties added on to their times, or grid placement penalties. And I think if they carried it on and it got to the worst case, they would be removed from HOR, sadly. But there are rules for the reason, just like in normal Formula 1. If they don't follow by the rules, they're out.
You've been racing in this league?
I've been racing in this league, I think it was 4 weeks. So it wasn't long. I'd literally just met the guys. Roscoe got me in because there was some space because there was a person that had left. And I got in with them, and then sadly I got a job.
So then obviously the work comes before this sort of thing.
Yeah. And that's what I love about these guys is they will understand that everyone has family and work commitments.
Right.
And that's, which is awesome. And it's like they have said many a times, if I need to, I can if there's space and they've got commentary, I can jump in. Obviously, I just won't get any points, and if I get anywhere that is points, I'm just removed from the equation and that lot. So then, obviously, everyone will be in their
Everybody
right
gets
place.
bumped up the points list wherever you
Yeah,
finish, basically.
yeah. Could you do me a favour, Joel? Apparently, your volume needs to go up a little bit.
Up a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, if you just press and hold your PlayStation button, go up into your sound and devices. I believe so. Because sometimes it does it with streaming, sadly. You've got to have it a lot louder than when you're just playing and sat in a lobby. So hopefully...
Yeah.
What should we tell me? So here we go. We are restarting Quali 1. And who's going to be the first out?
Looks like it is.
Is that a Sauber?
Might be a Mercedes.
I think it's HOR Giotto. Oh, someone got out just before him. Oh, is that a Red Bull up there, I see? Oh, it was Mike Messi that got out first on his outlet. This is my old partner I'm watching, Mike Messi. Oh look, there we go. HOR Chad is retired.
That's him serving his penalty then.
Yes. It can be a pain in the bum. But sadly it's what it is.
HOR Jota go around his first lap.
See as well, what you'll find is a lot of these faster races are using steering wheels.
Okay.
And that. I know Chris has quite a decent one. Okay. I'm just going to check my settings a second, guys. Nice. Should be working. I'm just getting a message letting me know that for some reason your voice is hard to hear. So I don't know whether you'd like to try and turn it up a bit more.
Have to turn it up a bit louder then.
Yeah. I'll admit I can hear you fine, but like I was saying, when we're streaming, there is a difference. The voices have to be louder for everyone to hear.
Over
Yeah.
the cars.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a lot better. I know I can hear you now. A lot louder.
I just turned it up as high as you go. It's in the box. I can hear myself.
Pardon? You can hear yourself through me.
Through you. Oh no, it's probably loud enough.
Oh, and Sergeant's retired as well. I don't think he had a penalty, unless he's crashed out. My missus put a time in as well of a 132.4, and so Joe's not far behind him with a 132.8. HR Daz did a 133.8. Noxious with a 137 flat.
Punch you in your heat, it's gone 134.
Okay, I've just had a message letting me know that it's Sergeant and Rob that are serving penalties. So they are, due to incidences in previous or multiple previous races, they are banned from qualifying.
At the beginning you were saying it was Noxious that was serving the penalties.
I thought it was Noxious, but I may have been wrong on that one. I knew it was someone else, and I thought it was Noxious because I know he had an incident in the last race, well, in the last qualifying with HR Rob, and sadly, oh no, Mike Messi is out of qualifying.
Oh dear, we missed that.
Yeah, going into the pit, he smashed straight into the barrier, bless him. Oh, that's unlucky.
Unlucky, Mike.
Let's have a little look. Roscoe's out.
Just watching
Schlee's out.
on. He's on the tyre.
Right. Well, if you're watching him, I will watch Pezza.
He's catching all the apexes.
The thing what I love about Roscoe, and watching Roscoe as well, he is one of these racers that he may not be the fastest, but he is consistent, and that's what's brilliant about him. He will try to touch everything how it's meant to be touched.
Yes. When I've raced with him before, he consistently gets a second ahead of me every lap.
Yeah, and he can hold that pace. I know this is one track he doesn't like. Well, it's more the S-bends that he can't. Yeah. And it messes a lot of people up, because even me going around there, I have to slow down. Pezza's coming to the long straight. He's working it hard.
Just switched to Sheely and always slowed down. Thought he was putting in a hot lap.
Oh, Schlee is he was on a outlap, I believe. We've got Pedro just coming out on an outlap, and we've got Chris as well. Pezza seems to be having a slight problem. He's got the engine light is on, well, the mechanic's light, and his fuel. But he gets a time in of a 135.3, well done. Mitch got a time in of 155.2, well done, dude.
She looks to be on a fast one.
Oh, I've just seen Roscoe's time. Not bad at all. It was about where he was in the practice that we was doing before all this. With a 134.9. I think his best was a 132 though. At one point.
This is great learning for me to watch where I'm going wrong. as a new starter.
Yes. And you'll find as well, if you asked any of them for some advice on help, they will give it you. Well, most of them will. So we've just got Ston and Jelly 420 to come out.
This one is 131.9.
Yeah, see, and the thing with Slee as well is he is a consistent racer, and he is a sort of racer that won't throw and get penalties usually. He is a guy that is a very clean racer, and he will not get penalties. It's like the last race we had, he won it due to the fact that Ston, on I think it was his last lap, he got a 3-second penalty, and Slee managed to keep 2 seconds behind him and won it. But there's Chris slamming in it with authority, a 131.7. We have Ston coming out. Pedro threw a time in of 134.1. Oh no, Jelly 420. He's still in the pits at the moment. Watch Ston on his outlap. All Greenfingers as well, he threw one in of 134.142. Just creeping in front of Pedro. I've also been notified that Knox has a 10-second penalty for the race, so that will probably get added to the end.
Right. Mitch has just gone wide in the middle sector. I think he might abandon that one.
Right, well, we're going to talk about the constructors at the minute. We'll start from the bottom this time. Yesterday I started from the top. I want to start from the bottom. So we got Ferrari, who are on 40 points, and then we got Force India on 101 points now. McLaren are on 103. Mercedes are on 137. We have Renault on 156. Toro Rosso are on 166. Sauber are on 173. Williams are on 182. And then 105 points ahead is Red Bull on 287. And then, I'm not sure how many that is off the top of my head. We have Haas, who are on 333 points. So it is very tight and very close at the top of there, between them two teams. I'm just going to find out. I think it's 2 weeks, because then it might be less than that actually, because the new one's out. I know we're ending this season a little bit earlier. We're ending it on Brazil, I believe. Just so that people can get practice in ready for the next one.
Yeah.
And that, so I'm just finding some bits. Oh, there. Okay, I've just been told 1 weekend and 2 races to go.
So it's still all to play for in the last 3 races then?
Oh yes. Well, let's put it this way, we'll go through the championship update as well. And we've got, at the minute, it's quite close at the top. we have got Slee on 196, and then 16 points behind him is Chris on 180. 1 point behind him is Sergit on 179. So they're the main three to me that I believe are in for a chance of winning this fully and properly. The whole championship. We've got Granty Boy who's on 156. DS Joe who is on 156 as well as Granty Boy. Then we've got Punch You in the Head on 87. We have Roscoe on 72. HR Daz on 55. Mike Messi is on 49. Annihilator is on 42. Ston is on 36. So I was just checking my screen there, making sure looks like everyone's in the pits and just chilling now. We've got then Pedro who is on 26. Mitch who's on 21. Rob is HR Rob is on 21. Sorry, I got that wrong. It's HR Chad really. We've got Greenfingers on 19. We've got Banksy on 12. We've got Pezza on 7. And we've got Noxious on 0. And we've got HR Giotto, who is also on 0. But to be fair, them last 3 are the most newest members that got in. And that, so unlucky for Giotto and Noxious was they never managed to they got knocked out or they couldn't get into the points. Pezza somehow, luckily for him, got into some points and managed to make 7 points for himself, which is great.
Obviously Surge and HR Chad have been eliminated, but Jelly have not set a time.
Yeah, sometimes Jelly doesn't. He comes in, he'll sit there, but like I said, some people have commitments, so while quali's on, they'll just come in and sit. But they'll still be sorting stuff out like their kids and that lot, so yeah. The thing is, if he doesn't put a time in, he sadly doesn't get through because he's in 17th at the minute.
So then the race he starts from 17th then?
Yeah. And anyone that joins late will be behind him.
Okay.
So let's
and
see if there's any...
always 22 cars on the track?
Not always.
Doesn't look like we're going to get any more runs in the first round.
No, if they was going to, sadly they would... Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was just getting a notification there letting me know that Jelly had joined late, so he will be there, but obviously because he's joined late he won't be able to do the actual qualifying. So that's why Jelly hasn't come out. So we're just waiting for the 3 of them, I believe, to retire or let it finish. Oh, and also the last 2 races is Mexico on Friday night, and then we have Brazil on the Saturday for the grand final.
It was a good race to end on because it's quite short, but there's got good places you can get some overtakes on.
Sorry, what was that, dude?
I was just saying Brazil, I like Brazil track, it's a good place to get overtakes. It's quite short.
Yeah, I do. I really like Brazil. When I'm playing multiplayer, it is a great one to play on, I think. If you get your setup right, you're laughing. You make one slight little mistake. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got quali 2. It'll be the top 14 that get to go through. So we've got Force India that's out at the minute. I think that might be Noxious. Yes, it is.
It was HOR Giotto that went out as well.
Yep.
Roscoe's leaving the garage. And the 2 Williams as well.
Nice. So somehow Sergit managed to get through. So he's had to retire, obviously, because he's got a quali ban because of something that, an incident that had happened. Which I'm sure he's kicking himself about.
Did you say it was the top 14 that go through from this?
Well, from this one it will go to the top 10.
10. Top 10.
But this is where you'll find a lot of people will come out just on the softs, just because this is the quali that obviously what you start on,
Yeah.
what you finish this one on is what you start. And actually I think I'm mistaken there. It looks like it's a lot of super softs and ultra softs. Because I've had a few people say different sort of setups for the race on the sense of tyres. Whether they're going to try a 1-stop or a 2-stop.
The 2-stop race I heard was 3 seconds longer
Yeah.
than the 1, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yep. But then again, obviously, it's all different for different drivers. One other driver, he was telling me he'd have a 5-second if he was on a 2-stop. And as you said, when you got people coming up your rear end, you don't want them having that advantage where if you pit, it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
You want to lose as little time as possible. Smudge seems to be doing pretty well so far. He's a little bit wobbly, but I think he's quite new to the game. I'm not sure. He should be coming up to put his first time in. Oh no, it's... Of course, yeah. That was their outlap done, sorry. Coming to the S-bends, which will cause a lot of problems for some people. Let's ride along with Noxious actually. Oh, Roscoe puts a time in of a 1:34.4 on the softs. So obviously by that means that Noxious had a invalid lap.
He did, yeah.
And so's Pedro by the looks of it. Oh, there's Joe with a 1:31.8. I bet he's giggling to himself like a little girl.
HOR Giotto went out and didn't set a time, because he was one of the first ones out.
Yeah, he was out with Noxious, I believe. Mitch has put in a 136.4. Well done, Mitch.
I'm on board with Giotto for his next go round.
There's Noxious, he's done a 138.08. At the moment I'm on with Pezza now. See how well he does. Find out if he's on a, I think he is on a fast lap. I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. It was his outlap again. Ston's come out. Green Fingers is coming out now. We've just got Punch You in the Head and Chris Alien. That's Joe into the pits now.
Giotto's pushing his luck in all the right places by the looks of it, although he's coming to the pits.
He must have had a slight accident then. Oh, and HOR Daz is now on his outlap. Oh, Pez is sliding around that corner a little bit there. I wonder whether he knows it's not drift cars, it's Formula 1.
Switched on board with Ston, watching him on a hot one.
And Pez crosses the line with a 134.6. Very respectable, well done, dude.
Ston's just had to slow down, I think, because he invalidated.
Alright, I'm on board with HOR Daz in the other McLaren. Oh, he went a bit wide there. I know he's only warming himself up, getting ready for a fast lap. Right, here he goes. This will be him on his fast lap.
Not a good fourth corner from Daz.
Or was that not a good corner?
The first corner from HOR Daz wasn't brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, he's sliding a bit around the end of the S-bends. That may waste some time for him, sadly. So when you race, Joel, do you use the ERS on, or do you have that on automatic?
I have it on medium traction control, no braking assists or anything like that.
No, the ERS is what you use your battery for your battery, so you can get so like if you're stuck behind someone and you want to overtake, You can pull it up to overtake mode, and it'll just give you a little bit extra power and help you get past somebody. See, at first I used to race and I had mine on automatic, but now that I've started actually using it, due to some advice to some of the fast racers in here, they were telling me through it, and Roscoe, they've helped me. Yeah, I think my time has improved.
But for myself personally, I've probably improved since playing multiplayer. Because I did play time attack, time trial, and I was always chasing somebody around, but now I seem to improve.
Yeah.
But when you watch these, you see when you crash a lot, and you get to sit out and watch some of the faster guys go around, I've improved a lot.
Yeah, you'll see the lines that they take and all that lot, and it's like, oh, you can take it a little bit tighter or a little wider and it works better. I agree with that. So yeah, Dad. Oh, I've just noticed Chris Alien and Punch You in the Head is out. Slee's out on the track as well. Let's go on, jump on with Slee and see what he does. He should be on his fast lap now, I believe.
He's just started coming into the S's.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's the bit that gets people. I'm not sure if he's got an invalidation there or what, but he still seems to be pushing.
It looked tight, but it does look to be pushing.
I know Slee will be pushing to a degree. Oh, that may have been a... Yeah.
That was, yeah, he's abandoned.
Yep. Obviously Green Fingers is out as well, and he is, I believe, on a fast lap.
Roscoe just improved on his 134 to a 133.
Oh, nice, well done. Oh, poor Green Fingers locked his wheels and couldn't turn around the corner and went really wide.
Got just enough time to go again to put a timer.
Yeah. Chris Alien looks like he's getting ready to start his fast lap as well. Let's see if what time Green Fingers gets. And he gets a 1:35 flat. Well done.
So Punch You in the Head and Chris.
I'm gonna watch Chris.
I'm on board with the Red Bull.
That'll be either Slee or Punch You in the Head.
I'm on with Slee.
Let's jump to first person with this. There's Mitch moving out of the way for Chris. Thanks, Mitch. I love it because every time we race, Mitch will always move out of the way for you no matter what.
As long as he's faster than he is.
Yeah. And he will just move out of the way and everyone's like, thanks, Mitch. But when you're in a race and if it's somebody else, you're just like, yeah, okay. No one ever says anything. But if it's Mitch, everyone loves Mitch though. He's a lovely guy. And just to let everyone know that just to let everyone know that Punch You in the Head put in a time of a 1:34.205, sorry. Ooh. Giotto, wow, Giotto. Where did that come from, buddy? Waxing a 1:32.666. And Chris does a 1:32.609. Well done.
Enough for Daz and Mitch.
Yeah. Sadly, they won't go through. Looks like Noxious had an accident as well, thinking about it.
Well, Mitch is still on the flyer, so he might be able to put himself up in there.
Looks like Chris might have had an invalidation because he was trying to do a little better.
Mitch is one more into the hairpin, I think that damages his chances.
Oh, bit of a wiggle there by the looks of that. Or that, I don't know whether that was the lag.
It was a bit laggy.
Oh. Hold on a second, there's HR Daz.
Daz puts himself in it.
Yeah, well done. And he knocks Pedro out. Mitch manages to beat Pedro's time, but not enough to beat Pezza. Gotta bet Pezza was sweating then. But HR Daz came in with a 133.651. Well done, Daz.
That was a great lap from Daz to put himself in.
Yeah, that was. So it looks like a lot of people are starting on the Super Softs. With about 4 or 5 of them maybe on Ultra Softs. And after Q3 there is always a 5-minute break. Just so everyone can go to the toilet, make some fags or whatever they want to do for 5 minutes. So that was a good quality. Let's see how everyone does on this one. I wonder who's going to be first out. I can hear a car revving up.
Jono's been the first one out normally.
It's a Red Bull, so I think it's punching in the head. Ross goes out as well. And just so you know, when we get to the actual race, when it's time to start, what we do is we have the formation laps on and everything. So I'm sitting on with Roscoe at the minute.
Rolling with punch you in your head.
And I know a lot of drivers are looking forward to the new Formula One, especially with the whole fact that you can customize your cars to how they look for the league races.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you get certain things unlocked through playing. Some is, I believe, through multiplayer. Trying to remember everything.
Me and Roscoe were talking about it a couple of days ago, how you can customise your own car with. And it's more of a FIFA point situation, so every time you play, every time you race, you get a few coins in your bank.
Yeah. Yep. So the more you get, the more better stuff you get to unlock.
Which encourages you to race more.
Yeah, it does. And it gives you more goals to aim for, rather than just going, yeah, okay, I'm going to race.
Yeah. I mean, the rating system on this 18 one is a bit harsh, so
yeah,
might make it enjoyable a bit more in the multiplayer.
Yeah, it's like what was it? I was in a multiplayer race the other day, and literally we had what was it? This guy he got spun out and went in front of me. There was nothing I could do. I slammed on my brakes, but I still hit him. But it was the fact that it gave me a warning, which annoyed me. So
yeah.
I'm hopefully there's a lot of racers hoping that is fixed. And I know there's people that aren't in this league race that sometimes I'll just chat to people and try to nick some new racers for the new F1 coming out. So it's punching the head with a 133.878. Well done.
Schlee with a 138 goes in front.
Oh, Joe.
With a
Nice. Roscoe, I think he had an invalidation, so he's having to go again. Fingers of Green sneaks in with a 132.795. Let's go and watch what Chris Alien is doing. See if he's on a fast lap. Yeah, he is. He's getting ready to start his fast lap. And he's away. And I've noticed as well, I think he had an invalidation as well on his first lap. So hopefully this one he can do a little better and get a time in. Because these S-bends, I know myself, are a pain in the backside.
Just watching Roscoe's second attempt. Looks to be catching all the apexes.
And I believe that Chris here is sadly invalidated again. I'm not sure, it looked like it to me.
Looks like he reined it in for the second to last corner, but he's still going. 132.8. Pezzo with a 134. Put himself in 8.
Well done, Pez. And I can confirm that Chris has invalidated that lap.
Son coming to second place with a 131.1 as well while we were watching the race.
Yep. Chris is coming into the pits. He's, I think, just wanting to change some things up. Okay, let's
Might just be start on the track.
Yeah, we've got Daz, Giotto and Roscoe still out on track. Oops, sorry, I'm Pezza.
Pezzo's in the pits now.
Or has he gone into the pits? Okay. Roscoe's just done a second lap. I'm guessing it was to try and beat his time. Oh no, he's going into the pits as well. So let's see what HOR Daz does. Hopefully he can sneak in with a good one. Oh, there we go, 132.879. So I thought we may see some 129s, but I may be wrong on that one. I think what it is it's these S-bends that are just messing people up too much.
It's one of the hardest sections on the game.
Yeah. We've got Greenfingers out on his outlap. Obviously he must be trying to get a little bit better. We've got Giotto out there as well.
Giotto is on a fast lap.
Oh, is he? Okay, brilliant.
Oh, he's missed. He nearly put it in the wall. Running on the start finish line.
Wow. I know the other earlier on when we were practicing, well, when these guys were practicing and I was just in there driving, every time I went into them pits, man, the amount of times I hit that wall and that lot was unbelievable.
One of the stranger angles of pit lane that I've come across on this game.
Yes. Alright, here's Chris getting ready for his fast lap. A little wiggle to warm his tyres up. And here he goes. Roscoe's also come back out on the pits by the looks of it. He's on an outlap.
We've got Joe, Storm, Lee, and Ross all on their outlap.
I'll be surprised if Puncher in the Head didn't come back out. Oh, no, there you go. Look at that. I said it, and he's out. Because I know both of them can do quick as well.
HOR Daz has packed it in. He's confident of where he's staying.
Yep. Either that or what it is because he's out on track and there's only 2 minutes left. There's no point going into the pits to come back out again. Looks like Slee's come out, Ston's out, DS Joe's on an outlap again. All looking to see who starts on that front line.
For the championship, did you say it was Chris and Slee at the top?
The championship is Slee and Ston, I think.
Slee and Ston.
Oh no, sorry, it's Slee, Chris and Sergit. There is 27 points between Sergit and Slee. I think it is. No, it's not.
Chris Allen, 130.8.
Well done, Chris.
Switch to Joe because he's just started his fast one.
Ston's going for one last final fast lap. Well, I'm sure all of them will be. Only person that won't be is Slee. Oh, Ston nearly messed up slightly there on the S-bends, but luckily managed to tap on the brakes enough just to keep himself in it, I believe. So now quali 3 is over. Just to remind you all, there will be 5 minutes afterwards. Once all these guys have finished across the finish line. And I've just noticed as well, Roscoe has snuck up to 6th with a 132.4, and Puncher in the Head has snuck into 7th with a 132.8. Sorry, 1.6.
Yeah, still went wide on the second to last corner, so he has abandoned it on the line. So he stays in second.
The moment, but we have Ston, who is flying at the minute. He's coming up to the final corner. And let's see where he gets. Nope. He stays in third. So we just got Green Fingers on it. Roscoe's gone into the pits.
Green Fingers is going very slow.
Just waiting on both of them to retire. Looks like he's on low fuel mode. He wants everybody to have a nice, decent look at the track. It's like, it makes me laugh, because this looks like he is going really slow, this Green Fingers in this car. But then you look at his speedo and he's actually doing basically 70 miles an hour. Right, so everyone, there is a 5-minute break. So if you'd like to get a drink, Joel, with a fag or anything like that.
I'm just in my garden having a smoke now.
Cool, cool. So as it stands, we have Chris in first, Joe in second, Ston third, Sleeve fourth, Green Fingers in fifth, Roscoe R in sixth, and Puncher in the Head in seventh. I can't see where everyone else is at the minute.
Well, dude, I had a dream you got ran over.
Turn that down.
I did. I just didn't want to tell you because I was really worried.
Put a film on now, turn that YouTube off.
Oh. It looks like we'll be restarting, as it looks like someone has pressed a button to start the race when there is meant to be a 5-minute break. I've just had confirmation that it was Jelly that started it early, by mistake, I guess. So there will be a new invite going out. And what will happen is a one-shot quali, I guess. Okay, let's join on that. Are you there, Joel?
I'm still here, yeah. What's happened?
Okay. One of the guys had started it. I don't know whether it was an accident or something, but I'll invite you into here, unless somebody has. Okay, I'll send the invite. There we go, you should have that. So I'll just wait to find out whether there's going to be a quali or anything.
How will they determine who the order of...
Well, now it'll just be random.
Oh, well.
So sadly, it'll be who you'll be wherever you'll be now.
There'll be some few pissed off drivers with that.
Sadly, there will be.
That gives a small chance for some of the guys at the back to pick up some valuable points.
Yeah, that does. Because it will literally be random, I believe. So we've got everyone in that was in before, I believe. Yep.
If Surgit or Knox or the other player racer that was penalised end up on the front row, there will be some noses put out during there. But they have to serve
Yeah.
that penalty on the next race.
I'm not sure because obviously of the mishap that happened while we were waiting on the race line.
Mm.
I'm giving everyone 5 minutes.
The admin to sort out.
Yeah. Unless it was a complete accident, like someone Jelly could have put his controller down and by accidentally pressed.
Yeah.
Chris, one of the leaders, has just put up a thing saying that if they were in Q2, they had to use them tyres that they were on for Q2.
As well as all the staff here at the Circuit of the Americas. Of course, we wouldn't be here without the help of the marshals, volunteers who have come together from all over the world to make our racing possible. Since opening here in Travis County back in October 2012, this circuit has had its fair share of exciting Grand Prix.
I can't wait to see what the order comes out.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of action into the first corner and other events leading up to this.
And Chris Alien has also stated that he's going to give it 60 seconds on the grid line, waiting while people set up their setups and they get their race set up ready. Strategy, I mean, sorry.
Gives everybody a fair chance to set their race up then, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's another thing I love about this league that these guys are in, is it is a very fair league. If things like that happen where may be a mistake from Jelly, and he might not get penalised because some people do put their controllers down and by accidentally press buttons. I've done it before, well, not on here, but I've gone to put my controller down doing something and I've pressed a button and it started something I didn't want to start yet. Straight away.
Since opening here in Travis County back in October 2012, this circuit has had its fair share of exciting Grand Prix, And the packed grandstands are once again creating an incredible atmosphere.
Okay. And they're off for the formation lap, and it's starting with Chris on front, then DS Joe, then Ston, then Slee, Greenfingers, Roscoe R is in 6th, Puncher in the Head is 7th, HOR Giotto is 8th, HOR Daz is in 9th, Pez is in 10th, we got Mitch in 11th, Pedro in 12th, Sergio in 13th, Mike Messi in 14th, HOR Chad in 15th, Jelly in 16th, Noxious in 17th, and Granted Boy is all the way at the back in 18th.
That's been pretty fair, to be honest, for a random start, man.
Yep. Let's settle this up. Stay like that for now. Okay, so good luck to all the racers. As they're coming up towards the end of their formation lap. And we're all getting into place. I'm going to start with Pezza just so we can see if there's any incidences or anything. Let's start. Here we go. There's the first, second, third and fourth. Fifth light. And they're off. Joe manages to sneak in. Oh, there is a few. Oh, there's quite a big few crashes there.
On board with Greenfingers, we got took out from behind by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like everyone's managed to sort themselves out.
DS Joe managed to get ahead of Chris on the start.
Yeah, he managed to do that on the first corner, luckily. To be fair, that was a bad start, really, for everyone who just seemed to pile into everyone. So a lot of these will be pitting soon, depending on how bad the damage is. HOR Daz is pushing on Greenfingers.
HOR Jotto's just past Pez and he's moving on to Knox. Giotto and Knox are having a good battle for 10th and 11th. Giotto gets in front on the first corner down the straight. Makes it stick.
Let's jump up a bit. Let's go to Mike Messi, sat behind Roscoe. Trying to see if I can see any damage on people. Mike Messi's okay. I think Roscoe's got a little bit of damage, I'm not 100% sure.
Mike went past him quite easily on the straight.
Yeah, oh, but look at that. Roscoe jumps out to the left and takes it back. What a beautiful overtake. But Messi gets it back. Oh, but he messed it up. He nearly lost it to two people there, but Pedro had a bit of a wobble, so I think that saved Mike losing another place there. Puncher in the head, he put in the fastest lap there. Going through the S-bends now.
Seeing fingers are swapping places in the pits. HOR Chad is in the pits as well. Move to the front two, it's tight, they're battling between each other. Chris has had a go at the inside. Doesn't make it.
Well, Mike Messi's just taken Roscoe again. He's managed to get a little bit of distance. But Ross is catching again.
We've got DRS on Joe, down the back home straight. Gets in front of him.
Oh, Sergeant's got a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a little look at the incidences and see if we can work out what happened. It looks like it started with Mike Messi by accidentally knocking into Jelly or something like that, which caused that whole problem. I think they both just bumped into each other, sadly, both teammates. And then it all just went pear-shaped from there for a lot of races behind them. Having to pit on the very first lap.
Chris and Joe are having a good battle at the front, and Schlee is just keeping pace, watching, hoping for a mistake.
Yep. And I reckon that's what Schlee does, you know, he sits there just behind those, because he doesn't come into play sometimes until near the end, because he just lets people, he just tries to put pressure on them and make them mess up, as he did on the last race against Stonham. Managed to push him that much that he caused him to turn a little bit early into a corner and get a time penalty, which made him lose first. And that's it. Love you. Oh, and HOR Chad has retired. Let's have a little look at that and see if that was down to any collisions or anything like that. There's quite a few already. No, it doesn't. It just looks like he's caught something wrong, I'm guessing. because he's just got terminal damage.
Granny Boy's trying it on Surge up the inside, makes it stiff as well, moves himself into fifth.
Greenfingers is on the catch-up. He's 12 seconds behind Ston, who might have been caught up in all that madness at the beginning.
Granny Boy's opened up a second gap over Surge after passing him. He's catching up with Puncher in the head rapidly.
Oh, somebody's just gone into pits. Who was that? That was Pedro that's gone into the pits. Which I'm sure HOR Daz and Pezza are happy about, the two McLarens.
The front three are still only separated by a second and a half. Granny Boy's putting pressure on Puncher in the hood.
Let's have a little look at Mitch, who is catching Noxious at the moment.
Granny Boy and 50 into fourth.
Does seem like Ston's on a bit of a charge. He's trying to get back up near the top, as he's sitting in 12th for the minute and 11 seconds behind Pezza.
Both him and Noxious are going very fast, with Noxious less than a second behind Ston.
And then we've got Mitch a second behind him, who I'm sat with right now, as he's driving. Actually looking pretty sturdy.
Time for the top three, for the top two. And Joe is just putting himself in first, in fact. You can see that.
Seems like Roscoe's starting to lose a little bit of pace on Mike Messi, because he's now back 2 seconds.
Surge has just passed Puncher in the heat to move into fifth. I think Puncher in the heat has got a slot problem because they're all passing him.
It doesn't look like he's got wing damage. Let's have a little look. Well, the back three, Jelly, Greenfingers and Pedro, are starting to catch up. Pedro sneakily gets past Mitch there, as Mitch took it a bit wide. Looks like Granny Boy's got another 3-second penalty for cutting corners.
That's not good because I'm looking at that puts in fifth.
Yeah, I think he's had a couple already as well. So you may find there'll be a few people here that will have a few cutting corners, especially for them S-bends. Oh, there's Puncher in the head. Yep.
All in as well. And Surge is pulling away from him too.
Pedro pushing Noxious slightly wide there and having to go past so he could get past. Noxious is now out. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but whatever Noxious did, I'm sure a few drivers will be happy because there is a virtual safety car now. Especially a lot of them at the back, they'll be well happy. In fact, let's go and take a little ride on with Jelly, as he's probably going to be trying to catch up with Green Fingers. So it looks like the virtual racing car is gone. Sadly for Jelly, he didn't get enough catch up. Green Fingers is right behind Mitch. What was that? Ross got a penalty, did you say?
Ross got a penalty. I'm punching your head. Got another penalty as well.
Okay.
Just making a move on Joe at the front.
We've got HOR Daz in the pits at the minute.
This gets it done.
Granty Boy may have done the wiser thing though and coming out on the softs to start it, I believe.
Chris and Joe just nearly collided out the front. It is so close. Joe's back in the lead again now.
See, that's the thing as well, that's what Schlee will be watching. Oh, Chris has taken him again. Roscoe's jumped up to 7th and he's taken Puncher in the head. Looks like Jelly's finally managed to catch up.
Pedro's just took a penalty. Joe turns on the DRS. Is he going to have a lunge? Ooh, no. He's losing the leader. Dropped to 1.7 seconds back.
Let's have a little look at Surgit.
Surgit's out when he's going, really.
Yeah. He's got a 3-second gap behind and a 2-second in front. Oh no, sorry, a 5-second in front. Yeah.
You know when you've just got a bit of clean air and you can just do things
Yeah.
without having to worry about someone behind you for a while.
Yep. Chris and Joe are really fighting for the first up there.
It is a good battle up the front. Two teammates, Ston and HOR Jotto, they're close at the back.
Yeah, there's less than a second between them at the minute. But Giotto is out on the Ultra Softs. And Ston is out on the Softs.
creeping away from him. See if he can punch you in the head or something.
Joe seems to be losing a little bit of time on Chris now. Maybe it's just down to tyre wear, he's just going a little bit slower to make sure he doesn't mess up, spin out or anything. I love how fast they go through. Sorry, go on.
It's interesting race 10, 11 and 9, 10 and 11 between Punchy in the head, it's Giotto and Ston.
Yeah.
There's only 2 seconds between them.
There's a little battle there going on between Puncher in the Head and Pezza, fighting over 8th. But it seems Puncher in the Head's won. Oh.
Yeah, they've all passed. They're all went on Pezza. Moved past him.
I'm not sure what happened there, but Pezza slowed down and let 2 people past. Maybe what it was, he was just being safe and didn't want to mess up any other drivers, which is a respectable thing to do.
You want to end the race, really, don't you? You don't want to end up crashing.
Well, exactly, and then if you take someone else out as well, you've got the problem of them being in a bit of a mood with you, and the chances of there being an incident and getting a penalty. So sometimes it is better to hinder yourself than it is to hinder everyone else.
Definitely, that's what it says in the rules at the game when they give you the tutorial anyway. It's better to crash yourself out than to hinder someone else's race.
Yep.
Which is good to see in the league, because you don't get that in the multiplayer elsewhere,
Yeah.
where people don't really
Roscoe's in the pits, just on his way out. And Chris has pitted, Slee's pitted, and DS Joe's pitted, putting them in 3rd, 4th and 5th. 12 seconds behind Mike Messi.
So Granty Boy and Mike stayed out.
Yep. Well, Mike's been out for 12 laps on the Super Soft so far, so I'm sure he may be pitting soon. Not sure about Granty Boy because he is on the softs at the minute, and I know obviously they do last a lot longer.
Two teammates, Ston and Giotto, are close, having a close battle for 9th and 8th.
Oh, beautiful Ston.
Ston took the inside.
But Giotto got him.
Didn't get it. Oh, Giotto's gone wide.
Yep. Oh, side by side. Oh. Ston knocked him.
Naughty.
Yeah.
That was a bit naughty.
I don't think he thought he was going to cut in as much as that.
And Ston now punch you in the head.
Well, he's only got a 1.7 gap, so there is a high chance. Punch on the head is 3 seconds behind Sergio.
He's been going, punching in the head's been going well in 6. He's not really moved up or down from there.
Yeah. Well, he moved down, but that was only because obviously he pitted.
But he's come back out in relatively the same position.
Yeah. Looks like HR Daz is finally caught up as he takes 15th off Mitch. And he is closing that gap on Pedro.
Looks like Slee's managed to get in front of Joe as well.
Yeah. And Mike Messi's pitted as well. He's come out behind Roscoe by the looks of it. Oh, there's Pezza in the pits. Sorry, dude. What can I say? Great minds think alike. Now I know Granty Boy will be trying to push it as hard as he can so that he can get in the pits and out relatively close to Chris, Lee and Joe.
What is it, 15, 20 seconds for the pit lane?
I think so, yeah.
So he's going to come out somewhere between Serge and Joe. I would have thought around them
Yeah.
places. Serge gone.
Well, yeah, because he's got a 10-second gap on Chris, but Chris is catching. And so Dazzy's catching on Pedro now. He was on like 9 seconds. 9.8 I think it was earlier. Now he's on 8.5. Jelly's slowly moving up. He's now 7 seconds behind Roscoe. Roscoe looks like he's catching HOR Giotto. He's gained about half a second on him by the looks of it.
Giotto's put himself in the pits. He can be losing grip.
Oh yeah. Well, he was out on the Ultra Softs. And I think he's coming out on the Super Softs now. Joe's catching Slee.
Slee's not catching Chris though, so...
He is, but by about 0.1 he's not... Again, I don't think he's pushing too hard right now. He's not too worried at this moment.
But Joe did what he had to do and get past him anyway, so he's trying to catch up with.
Yeah.
He moved himself. Slee's already opened up a 8 nearly a second gap on Slee. So he's pushing to catch Chris.
But that top four are pushing away from the rest of the group. Because there is now a 12-second gap between Slee and Sergit. Chris is catching...
Top 3, 1 Granty board pits.
Yeah. Because he is on 16 laps, so he may be pitting soon, I think. Roscoe's on the catch up on punching the head.
Yeah, he's managed to catch him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm moving away from him quickly too.
Yep. He's got a 10-second gap as well on Green Fingers. I just realised as well, Mike Messi is out.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Let's just have a little look, see if I can see anything that says what happened. It says here he retired, so I don't know whether he had a real bad mess up, so he was like, right, okay, time to...
Granty boys in the pits. Put Chris back in the lead. Yeah, go second.
Yeah, Roscoe's definitely gaining. He's gone from 8 seconds down to 6.6. Punching the head is only 2.1.2, I mean, now. So I think he is losing a little time on Ston.
Granty boy managed to come out in 4th out of the pits.
7 seconds behind Sergio. I mean, in front of Sergio.
That's a great shout from Granty boy, really, just from starting at the back.
Actually, I think Granty Boy was in the top 10 to start where they started. Yeah.
Was he at the back of the top 10? Sure.
I could tell you details.
No start.
He is up 14. Sorry, so. So I think, yeah, you're right, actually, he was at the back. So yeah, that is amazing. So he's managed to get up there. He must have got around everyone when that big accident happened on turn 1 on the very start.
Ston's in the pit.
Yep.
So moves into 7th.
Now there's a few gaps starting to show between people. There's a 3.2 behind between Chris and Joe. There's a 3.1 between Joe and Slee. A 3.4 between Slee and Granty Boy. And then there's a 10-second between Sergio and Granty Boy. Roscoe's really flying. He's now down to 4.4 behind Punching the Head.
If he keeps going that way, he could catch him.
Yep. And I have seen as well these guys, Roscoe and Punching the Head, have a great battle.
Heard him talk about that battle before.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few as well, where there was one where it was a guy called Annihilator and that him and Roscoe had a great battle. Ross has had another one with a guy called Banksy, but that one then was going for like 8-9 laps, that battle, and it weren't until I think Banksy had made a slight mistake in one of the corners, and I think that was on in Italy, if I remember rightly, and Banksy made a slight mistake and just missed it.
So move into Green Finger has dropped to 10th. H1 has moved up to 9th.
Daz is finally starting to catch up with Pedro. He's now 2 seconds behind him.
Granty boys catching Slick. He's got them pressure tyres, ain't he?
Yeah, and he's running on super soft, so he will be a lot faster. It's like Ston's come out on the super softs.
So he'll will be going fast too in the closing stages.
Yeah, because we've got 8 laps of the race left.
I mean, Granty Boy's put himself in there for driver of the day, surely.
Well, he has had a good race.
He has. We'll have to see how the final play out.
Yep.
Chris has had a solid drive at the front.
Yeah.
A few hairy moments with Joe in the still a solid drive, and it's pulled away from him now too.
HR Daz finally catches up with Pedro. Does he get him? Oh, bit of a slide there. But he gets him.
No, that's it.
Now he's got 11 seconds to catch up on his teammate, Pezza.
Granty Boy's got DRS on Schlee and he's all over his gearbox.
Schlee's also dropping back. He's now 4 seconds behind Joe. Greenfingers is in the pits. He's throwing on some ultra softs.
Greenfingers may have been bad just to stay out there. Maybe he couldn't hold on to it. That's all.
Yeah. But that's the trouble with this one as well, because of the S-bends. You start to lose any grip on your tyres, that's it there. You're going to go wide or you're going to just mess up.
Joe's just got a 3-second time penalty at the front.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, Schlee will see that. He'll try and remember what he's seen people getting. And then he'll try to stay in that. But he is dropping back. He's now down to 5.2 seconds behind.
The Granty Boy's up his inside and made the move work as well.
But Schlee looks like he's managed to get it back. Oh, no.
No, they're neck and neck down the straight.
Yeah. Granty Boy just seems to have the more speed.
Yellow flags in sector 3.
Puncher in the head has pitted. He's come out on the super softs. He came out in 9th by the looks of it. Sat 4 seconds behind HOR Giotto. You got Jelly 420 Hayes behind, just literally right behind him.
Donald's
And have a look at that. Yeah. Sergic must be happy. He's got a 16-second gap in front of him and a 14-second gap behind him. So he's just cruising right now. But I'm sure he wishes he was up there in the top 3 fighting. Joe has gained about 0.3, I think it is, on Chris at the minute.
Just can't manage to get it any further than that 2.7, 2.8 seconds, and then it goes back up again.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's going through the S-bends or anything like that.
Maybe where he's faster in one section and the other guy's faster in the other.
Yeah. It's kind of a catch-22 for both of them.
So it looks like the top 2 could just cruise to a victory, 1-2.
Oh, HOR Giotto has been disqualified, apparently. It said there. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe Giotto's had too many time penalties.
Ston had passed Roscoe, moved himself into 6th. Now Roscoe is the guy in there trying to catch him up.
Yep.
But then they're at 1.1 at the final corner.
We have 4 laps remaining as well.
Closest battle with Jelly and Punchy in the head.
Yep, I'm riding along with Jelly at the minute. Sergeant's down to 19 seconds now behind Slee. And that top 4, there's 3 seconds between each of them.
Ston is catching Sergeant though, quite fast. I don't know if he'll have enough time, but he is catching him. Brantley boys past Joe. Joe's in the pits. And Pedro picked up a 3-second time penalty.
And he's thrown on them ultra softs as well. And Joe comes out 10 seconds or so behind Slee. At the minute, Slee will be happy.
Really from Joe, just to say I might as well put these on and stay ahead of Sergeant. Or he could have crashed, really.
It could be more he's trying to do it so that he can try and catch up with Chris more. Because he wasn't catching Chris and they were on the same tyre. But I think Chris is feeling the ease a little bit now. As we're on the 25th lap and he has a 5-second gap. So he'll just be... He won't be pushing it, but he'll still be pushing it. Just to keep that gap.
He's just got to maintain that gap now, ain't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to have the engine on for it. You can just keep it to a good pace.
Yeah. Ston's gained a 5-second gap on Roscoe. But then again, he is on the super soft, so he will be going a lot faster. But Ston does have a 5-second gap now on Sergeant. So there is a chance he could catch him, but there is only 2 laps left.
Did need a serious problem with somebody's tyres. Need to catch him now, a little slip, overshoot the corner.
Yep.
Apart from that, I can't see the lead, the result changing.
Let's have a little sit with Sergeant, see how he's doing. All on his own in 5th. See, I think that's where Sergeant's problem is. He's quite slow through the S-bends there. Because already Ston's gained like half a second just while he was going through the S-bends. Oh, it looks like Pezza gets another time penalty. Unlucky Pezza. He's sitting in 10th and 21 seconds behind Jelly.
Punchy in the head seems to just have enough food to keep Jelly off his back.
Yep. But Jelly is keeping it sort of just under a second, so when he does hit the DRS...
The DRS, yeah. I think he's just going to have to be brave. That's if he wants to place.
Yeah. Pedro seems to be a bit unlucky at the minute. He's 35 seconds now behind Green Fingers. What we got? We got Granty Boy's now 5 seconds behind Chris. Schlee's 5 seconds behind Granny Boy. Joe is catching Schlee. He's got 2.7 behind Schlee.
Both got time penalties as well, so that could be very close.
And Ston is now 2 seconds behind Sergit. Sadly, I don't think he may get it. But then again, you never know.
I'm gonna watch Chris for his final lap round. Seems he's gonna win.
Don't jinx it now.
Green Fingers gets past 8 towards us.
Oh, well done. Pedro's now down to 40 seconds behind HY Daz. I think he thought he'd be able to catch up a little bit better. Sadly, that didn't happen.
Green Fingers is all over the back of Pez. He's trying to get that temp.
And Ston is basically less than half a second really behind Sergit now. He is right on his backside as they enter the S-bends. Oh, nearly running into the back of Sergit there. Because Sergit is a lot slower through there than a lot of these racers. Oh. Sergit pushed him a little bit too hard there. And Ston has got it.
Ston's got the job done.
He is gone. Look at that. Went from he's already 0.8 behind.
Green Fingers gets the job done on Pedro as well to get into temp.
Because I'm sure as well, Ston would have got the DRS as he was behind Sergit right up until that last corner before DRS.
So Chris won, Granty Boy 2, Lee has got 3.
Well done to the winner, Chris. Granty Boy was pushing, he was catching, he got to 3.8 seconds behind him. Let's see if we can get Chris in here quickly. Congratulate the race winner. So Roscoe does get 6th. Joe was apparently 21 seconds behind Slee. Well done to everyone. They did well. I know there was a few incidences that will probably get looked at. But there's our top 3. Slee. Nope, Chris. That was the winner. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Chris.
How did you feel that race went for you?
It was hard work. I knew Ash is my main battle. I feel right now I've got to kind of make sure and be aware of where he is in circuit, and he's good at keeping clean races, and I picked up 6 seconds pretty early. So second stint was crucial for me. I couldn't get anywhere. It was quite a good battle between myself and Joe, and Ash just kind of kept his cell in the hunt behind. The second stint was crucial, and I felt I managed that stint perfectly to gain the gaps that I had to gap between the drivers and then just hold it.
Yeah. Because at the beginning it was quite lucky for you that you got around that first corner, because obviously there was quite a big incident. I don't know whether you heard or saw that behind you.
I did not see.
There must have been. It must have been fault. It was Mike Messi and I can't remember who the other guy was at this moment. They both tried to go around the corner together, and it just caused mayhem, and everyone just piled into the rear end of them. And that, so like people like Ston, who would have been up there probably with you. Obviously he had a bad start because he got caught up in all that. Few people managed to escape it, I think, just by skipping out wide and then coming in after all the hell had broken loose.
It was just, I really enjoyed it. The guys made me work hard for that one.
Yeah, they did. Especially Joe. I've got to give Joe that.
Yeah, he drove a great race, and a big Grant as well to come for the back to P2. That's an absolutely stellar drive.
I know Joel was saying he is definitely one that is up for nominations on the driver of the race.
Chris, nice to meet ya. I'm new to this. They've had me coming on the commentary today. Joe, in that first stint, he was back and forth with him, all over him. I was excited to watch that. These were great. That was some great racing.
I enjoyed it myself from a driver's perspective, and I felt we were being as fair could be to make it. Just a good hard old battle.
And then as soon as you changed them tyres, you were off. That was it. It was gone.
Yeah, I always seem to suit a stint on the soft tyres. I feel it's a great race tyre and it suits my driving. So I'm always confident to just fight away in the softs. I don't care if I ruin them. I know I can take them the distance.
Yeah.
And I knew my strategy would come good when the soft tyres came on.
Yeah. It's like quite a few people are saying now in the chat as well that Granty Boy should get Racer of the Day due to
100%. I had that in my mind from 10 laps to go. He come from the back because I seen him start at the back. He come from the back and then he made it work all the way, and then come to get the second as well. It's a great drive.
Yeah.
I don't know what his strategy was, but it was brilliant.
Yeah.
His title strategy. Did he one stop? I think he one stop. Did he?
He put the work in. When you pitted, he put the work in, and then he managed to come out in a great spot.
That's good.
See, Joe, for Joe, it was a shame because he obviously pitted at the end, near the end. I don't know whether it was tyre wear or he thought it was like strategic. Yeah.
I know Joe had 12 seconds worth of penalties, so he wasn't really in the podium fight. And I think even taking the pit stop, he was still able to maintain fourth.
Yeah.
Which is what I said in the race. He thought it better for me to just take this pit stop now and keep me ahead of Sergio.
It's like, I know a lot of racers don't like this track. I've been obviously on during the day hearing people say it. Is this one race for you that you do like, or is it one that... Because I know them S-Bends, they are a pain.
I really enjoy it. If you get regular rotten, and I feel it's a place where I don't tend to pick up a lot of penalties. I pick up penalties later in the lap, which is quite annoying.
Yeah, on the easier corners.
Yes, pretty much, aye. And then Mexico coming up next Friday, that's another track I really enjoy. So I'm hoping to put the pressure on Ash in the championship.
Yeah, because you are one of the ones up there for winning it, aren't you, I believe?
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was a 13-point or a 16-point gap coming into tonight. So I think that changes the 4 or 5 points going into next week.
Chris, and that'll be a smaller gap than what it is now.
Yes. Hope to be ahead by the end of Mexico.
And would this be your first season win, or because I know we've had 3?
No, I won HR season 1.
That's right.
So it'd be nice to get another one under my belt.
Yeah, of course.
I know there's good drivers coming in line, and there's guys in this league that's getting a hell of a lot better. So
yes,
I thought it was better to try and get one now before I can't get one at all.
Well, yeah. Because they are there. It's like, even from when I started, seeing people that would normally finish around 6th or 5th, they're now up there in the top.
Yeah. Oh, the guys are improving massively. It worries me.
Yeah, because it puts a lot more pressure on you as well.
But that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
I'd like to say thank you and well done and congratulations again.
Thank you very much, guys.
See ya. Okay, do I have... Sorry, I'm just trying to find the next person to invite if I can. There we go, I want Granty Boy, we want to get him in here. Because he did have a formidable race. There we go, the chat invite is set. Let's see if he'll join. While I'm there, I might send... where's Joe? Oh, here he is. Hello, Granty Boy.
Hello, mate.
Hello, well done, and congratulations on getting 2nd, especially considering where you started.
Yeah, that's very true, mate. I have a league race before this, so obviously I do have to miss qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And I think you managed to get past all that mayhem that happened on the very first corner.
Yes, I did, yeah. There was a couple of cars that sort of holded everyone up and found a gap to get through and carry on going on with my race.
Yeah, and your strategy just seemed to work for you. No matter, it was just unbelievable how well you did, and you was catching
I really
everyone.
appreciate that. Yeah, no, I mean, looking on everyone's time trial, I knew I had sort of paid on this track, but on the race day, it's always different, isn't it? So
oh
I
god,
just had
yeah.
to give it my best shot. So yeah, no, I really chuffed with 2nd.
I gotta give it to you, man. Though, right? Even I voted for you for driver of the day. So, but we haven't fully decided yet. But just so you know, you were up there for that. And that's
I appreciate that.
And USA is, because I know a lot of people have problems with it. Was it for you, or do you kind of like that track?
For me, it's just the S's part. There's a couple of times I've cut it, and that's where the penalties will build up. But yeah, other than that, it is a great track to race on. Good battles. It's quite a wide open track as well, so it's very good. Very good to battle on. Yeah, no, it's a good track.
And you had quite a few good battles we were watching, and we couldn't believe it. Like, it was making us excited as well. Like, our part.
Yeah, no, I'll be looking forward to the stream. You guys did a fantastic job yesterday as well. It's your first time doing it, is it, streaming?
Yeah. Joel's new. He'll be joining, but he'll be doing the 2019 when we start that one up, and we'll have the 2 leagues and that. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Grant, when Chris pitted, did you turn? That's when you put your foot down to get out back where you did.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, I put in hot lap and rich mode, mate. I had to try and get some sort of pace.
I thought so
Time.
because as soon as they went in front, and then I was thinking he's going to come out about 6th or 7th, and then you come out in 4th, and I was like, wow, he must put his foot down in them last 5 laps.
I still had like a couple of laps to go before I had to pit, so I knew the tyres still had it like in the car. So yeah, no, I just kept that pace, and yeah, I was really chuffed with the driving. I mean, Joe was a bit unfortunate. He did have quite a lot of penalties. I think that's why he went for the fastest lap. So
Yeah.
it sort of helped me out to grab another position. So other than that, it was fantastic. Really enjoyed it.
Because I know H2R Giotto, he had, I think it was that many penalties that he got disqualified, sadly for him.
Yeah, we was all questioning that actually, and we was all guessing that. It was a bit unfortunate for him, but as again, it is one of them tracks to get quite a lot of penalties on.
Yeah, it really is. And even I know I'm not the greatest racer, but I know on that track, I hate them S-bends. That's where I get all my penalties.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
if you
lose
don't get
time in
right,
there.
yeah, that's it, mate. If you don't get it right, mate, that's it. You're getting warnings, penalties. That's it.
Exactly.
So much time is lost in them 3 little corners.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Definitely. Nah, very good track, very good race, and yeah, well done for Chris for winning it.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for joining us and giving us a little interview.
No problem at all. Thank you.
And good luck for the future, because I can see you being up there with them, and maybe even, you never know, winning a whole season yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to wait and see now. It's the last couple of tracks, mate, it's not my favourite, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate that.
It's all right.
Speak to you soon.
Yeah, speak to you soon.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye. Alright. Let's invite Adam. See if he'll join. If Joe is on, I would like to get him in as well. And maybe Slee. And Roscoe. Where's... Okay, I don't think Jelly...
changed his flag to an American flag.
Yep. Roscoe has this thing that he changes his flag for every race.
No,
So he's been Dutch, American, British, Scottish. I think he's confused on what he wants to be. Okay, I don't think Puncher in the Head is coming, so I'll send an invite to the next person. See if Slee's still on and he'll join. Okay, I don't think Slee might not even be on, I don't know. I'm just sending invites and hoping people are on to have a little chat. Okay, we'll go to the next person then. Oh, no. Gosh. I nearly left the chat then. Silly me. Okay, I'll have to send him a proper chat invite. Let's see if Roscoe will join. And then we'll let you call who you feel is driver of the day. And then we will go from there. Oh, Roscoe's sending me chat invites.
Mate.
Okay, then what we'll do is we'll go and.
I'm here, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yep. Welcome. And how do you feel the race went for you?
Well, the start was a great start.
Mm.
I had a fantastic start. And then the penalties started rolling in for stupid little infringements. But I'm glad I finished the race. I still picked up a point. Got some points for my team.
Because you have had a quite unlucky time, really, with getting knocked out in races in the last couple, haven't you?
Well, yesterday was my own fault. And the last two races before that done well, then.
Mm. Yeah. Because obviously there was a big incident at the beginning. Was you one that got caught up in that, or was you lucky? Yeah. You took a tap. Okay.
I think I was 7th on the grid, or 8th? 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 7th, and I think I got up into 4th. And I was keeping pace with Slee. And then I got one penalty, and I just wandered a little bit. Started dropping back, but.
Because we were watching, and you had a few good battles and a few moments in the race. And that.
Yeah, it's fun having battles with people and being there and racing.
Mm.
You weigh your options up as you're out on track.
Yeah.
Do I go through? Do I sit here? Should I just take some points? I mean, in the end, I decided to go in and put some super stuff on to see if I could get fastest lap.
Yeah.
Because obviously I knew the penalties I had, and I'd have probably dropped to the position I finished anyway. So.
Yeah.
But it was fun race. It was enjoyable. I wasn't sitting there on the track just going around on my own. I was having little battles here and there, so it was enjoyable. Good racing on the whole. And well done to Chris for winning. And my teammate being fair. And Granny again comes from the back of the grid.
And that's the thing as well. You were saying about Slee. Again, a race without any penalties.
You can't knock him.
No, you can't.
It's that sort of thing that wins in races because he knows other people are going to have penalties. So, massively. I mean, he won 4 on the bounce. And I think he's been on podium for like the last 7.
Yeah.
I think. So, he's done tremendous. And I hope my teammate wins the title.
Well, it's certainly up there for grabs between the top 3 at the minute.
Yeah.
Sadly, Sergio didn't seem to do very well in that race. He was quite slow through the S-bends, really. They'd work.
He came from the back as well. He came from
the
back of the grid as well.
Oh, no, I know. I'm not disputing that. It was just, I know what I was going to say was with the S-bends, are they one thing on there that you don't like on that track? That cause problems?
Well, I think they do cause problems, but then I think that's in the game.
Yeah.
Infringements for going wide and everything like that is diabolical. I mean, at one point near the end, I had jelly behind me as I came out of the pits. 2 wheels touched the apex and I got a penalty.
Yeah.
But obviously, I had enough penalties anyway to not worry about it. But hopefully, in the next game, they improve that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and talking to us.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.
Is that okay?
And who's got drive for the day?
We're still chatting about that one.
Fair enough. Okay.
But we think we know who we're going. Well, I think I know who Joel's going for because it's his first. I'm allowing him to choose. I chose the first one yesterday.
Important moment, Joel. Important moment. Who's it going to be?
That again, bud?
Who's going to be driver of the day, Joel? Seems you're picking.
Oh, I've got 3 guys in mind, obviously. Chris won, and Granty Boy and Sergio both came from the back, so they're your 3 contenders for today's race. That's all I'm going to give you for now.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure.
And you.
Well, then,
And good luck in
good
future races.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you all soon.
Yep, speak to you soon.
See you later.
Alright, we'll speak to you. Okay, right. So that's everything. That's all wrapped up. So, out of them top 3, who do you feel should deserve it more to be driver of the day?
I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to say Granty Boy, I am.
Yep, no, that's fine.
He did come good.
Yeah, he did.
To get second from the back.
Yeah, he did. He had an amazing.
Was a very close second because he was playing with Joe at the front in that first stint as well. So props to both of them boys for giving me such a great race for starting to comment on.
Brilliant. Alright guys, well that's it until next weekend for the final weekend for the closure of this season. Well, let's see how that goes. Alright.
See you later, guys.
Peace out.